I did figure out a plan of attack. I don't think anybody's going to be able to tell me how to make the 2021 firmware switch over to the USB port for telemetry output. I hope they do. And I don't pre-think very well. I know what step I might do next. Like in my last video just a few seconds ago, I was saying, well, I'm going to have to sit here and figure out what I'm going to do. I can't figure it out at the time when I'm saying that. But as I approach this problem after uploading that video, it was a quick solution what I should do. Because the 2020 firmware works perfectly with a USB cable to my ground station, I should go ahead and try to upgrade the Wi-Fi module to this MAV2 pass-through software to see if that will fix it. It could brick the Wi-Fi module, but I'll still have the 2020 firmware and the USB cable. Because I'm not using the Wi-Fi module because it's basically unusable, I don't lose anything. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be on the 2020 firmware, flying with a cable or playing with it. And when I get time, maybe today, I don't know. I've got other things to do in life. I will put this software, firmware, on the Wi-Fi module and see if it works. If it does, then I can decide about flashing the 2021 firmware onto it and using it as it should be used. Or if it doesn't fix the problem, I'm right where I was before, having to fly 2020 firmware with a USB cable to my ground station. So I still would like to know if the 2021 firmware can be told to use the USB port to output telemetry, because if it can, I can be finished in 5 minutes. Elsewise, I'm going to be a while. This firmware upgrade, I didn't like it the first time I did it. I'll tell you why as I do it, but I'll give you a little hint right now. It uses a form of flashing where you start flashing a address according to a fixed timing and incrementing the address without any kind of handshaking going on. That's why this firmware doesn't flash well sometimes, in my opinion, because if your workstation decides to reorganize memory and stops for a half a second to do that, that timing for that flash is continuing and that flash will fail. I think they warn you about that in this. As long as your flash workstation continues from A to Z in the time period that is set up, everything will work fine. It's just a real low level of flashing electronic hardware. A little step up would be for some handshaking to go on. You write a byte and you either reread it to see that it was written correctly, or you have some kind of error checking or something. I don't think this does. That's why I don't like this firmware. It was kind of funky when I played with it with the first transmitter. It and the other firmware for the Wi-Fi module. But that's my plan of attack. Unless someone pops up with this, just click right here and tell this in the 2021 Dragon Link firmware will start outputting telemetry to the USB port exactly like it does with the 2020 firmware. This is what I'll be doing. Thanks again, guys.